Why Nokia's unique models failed. The king who could not protect his crown. The story of Nokia's innovative and unusual phone models is one of the most fascinating and instructive stories in the history of technology. It is not just the story of a company. It is the story of the digital revolution and how rapidly markets can change. In the early 2000s, Nokia was the undisputed king of mobile phones. By 2007, the company controlled 41% of the global mobile phone market. Nokia was synonymous with quality, innovation, and durability. However, while Nokia's engineers were creating some of the most unique and experimental phone designs ever seen, a technological storm was brewing behind the scenes that would eventually destroy the empire. Nokia's biggest mistake was believing that customers cared primarily about hardware, design, and physical buttons, while the world was moving towards software, applications, and touchscreens. Part 1. Nokia's for famous failures. The obsession with design. One of Nokia's greatest strengths was its willingness to take risks. The company created phones unlike anything the world had seen before. Ironically, some of those innovations contributed to its downfall. 1. Nokia Engage to 003. Goal. Nokia wanted to combine mobile phones and gaming devices into one product and challenge Nintendo's Game Boy. Why it failed? Awkward design. The Taco phone. The microphone and speaker were placed on the side of the device. Users had to hold it sideways against their face when making calls, making it resemble a taco. The unusual appearance became a source of ridicule. Game cartridge problem. To change a game cartridge, users had to remove the phone's battery first, making the process highly inconvenient. 2. Nokia 7280. The lipstick phone. Goal. Designed for fashion-conscious and luxury-oriented customers, this phone looked like a lipstick tube and featured no traditional keypad. Why it failed? Typing even a simple text message required using a rotating scroll wheel. Writing a single message could take several minutes. Although the design was elegant and stylish, it was extremely impractical for everyday use. 3. Nokia N95 and Nokia N97. The fall of the flagships. Nokia N95 to 007. The N95 was one of the most advanced smartphones of its era, featuring GPS navigation and a 5-megapixel camera. However, it lacked a true touchscreen experience. That same year, Apple introduced the iPhone and completely changed the smartphone industry. Nokia N97 to 009. Nokia attempted to compete directly with the iPhone by launching the N97, which featured a sliding keyboard and touchscreen. Unfortunately, the Symbian operating system behind the device was slow, outdated, and filled with problems. The N97 became one of the most criticized and disappointing products in Nokia's history. Part 2. The hidden reasons behind Nokia's failure. To truly understand Nokia's collapse, we must look beyond phone designs and examine the company's strategic mistakes. 1. The aging Symbian system versus Apple's iOS revolution. Nokia was deeply invested in its Symbian operating system. Symbian had been designed for phones with physical buttons, not for modern touchscreen devices. When Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone in 2007, many Nokia executives underestimated it. They viewed it as an attractive but weak competitor. What they failed to recognize was that Apple was building a software ecosystem, while Nokia remained focused on hardware. 2. A culture of fear and arrogance. Inside Nokia, many engineers and middle managers understood that Symbian could not effectively compete with iOS and Android. However, senior executives were often unwilling to hear bad news. Employees feared negative consequences if they reported serious problems. As a result, critical warnings were ignored, and honest feedback rarely reached top leadership. 3. Rejecting Android. When Google introduced Android in 2008, companies such as Samsung and HTC quickly embraced it. Google reportedly offered Nokia opportunities to work with Android, but Nokia believed its own operating system was sufficient. The company's confidence eventually became one of its greatest weaknesses. Part 3. The final nail in the coffin, the Microsoft deal. In 2011, Nokia appointed a new CEO, Stephen Elop, while the company was already struggling. Elop made a dramatic decision. Nokia would abandon its own operating systems and adopt Microsoft's Windows Phone platform. The failure of Windows Phone. Windows Phone featured an attractive design and user interface. However, it entered the market far too late. By that time, Android and Apple had already built enormous app ecosystems with millions of applications. Many popular services, including YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp, were either missing or poorly supported on Windows Phone. The result: consumers were unwilling to purchase smartphones with limited app availability. In 2013, Nokia sold its mobile phone division to Microsoft for $7.2 billion, a surprisingly low price for a company that had once been valued at hundreds of billions of dollars. Conclusion: the business lesson from Nokia. Nokia's story remains one of the most important lessons in business history. If you fail to adapt to change, your past success cannot save you. When Microsoft acquired Nokia, CEO Stephen Elop reportedly stated, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." The deeper reality was different. Nokia's mistake was not making bold new decisions when the market changed. While competitors adapted to the future, Nokia remained attached to the past. The company did not fail because it lacked innovation. It failed because it could not recognize that the rules of the game had changed. A visual guide for a documentary. Opening scene. Begin with archival footage showing Nokia's rise and Steve Jobs introducing the first iPhone in 2007.